Hello, everybody. Good day. It is 12:30 on the button, and I made it today. Thank you all for joining me. It's Hillary, the marketing mom. And for those who are seeing me on my profile or my page, it's Hillary. Um, I am a social media strategist, digital marketing expert, and I have been doing this from home for the last almost 7 years now. And it's exciting to be here and back doing lives on a more regular basis. I just want to quickly check to make sure that you're just seeing me over there on my profile. Just want to make sure everything is all good and kosher. Got to refresh. All right. So today, what I was talking about, and this is something that, it's interesting because I planned what I was going to talk about today, yesterday. And it's a good thing that I did because my morning has been a whirlwind with the kids at home, trying to get work done, push things out. But what I wanted to talk about, the reason, sometimes I've said this before, if you want to create content, you've got to consume content, right? And this topic was actually a bit of what I read yesterday in my book, so I'm sharing it with you. And this is especially for the businesses that are now reopening here in Trinidad locally. A lot of businesses are starting to reopen. This morning, I saw a post from one of my friends. Her salon is finally opening this week. Congratulations for that. Reopening, I should say, not opening. But a lot of businesses have been stuck without having the opportunity to be open and get business. And I know one of the things that everybody's going to be rushing to do is advertising, whether it's Facebook advertising, Google advertising, Instagram advertising, whatever. Everybody's going to be rushing to do advertising, right? And the reality is you want to make sure that you're doing that right, because somebody asked me, is Facebook advertising dead? And it's not, all right. But as I answered that question, I thought to myself, when I was growing up, we had this thing where, for watching a TV show, all right, and you probably have experienced it too. um the question is not only, is Facebook advertising dead, is advertising dead, all right. And the premise of in the book that I'm reading, I'll reveal in a minute, is actually that advertising, the way we knew it, meaning you and I, we grew up, a little while ago, it's kind of that way dead. And what do we mean by that? We mean mass advertising is dead. All right. Now, the way you do it on Facebook, the way you do it on Google is very different, right? Google is a wonderful example of it, because what this book is saying is that now you have to advertise to people where they are when they're asking the question. Okay. And if you've been following me and my business partner Bernadette Chinley, in our BDTV series, that we do every Thursday at 10:30, um you would have heard a lot of these things dropping during the last few months, all right, that you've got to advertise where the people are. Now, Facebook is a little different because you first have to know where the people are, okay? But this is why I love it, because you are able to do things like what I'm doing right now, to find out what your followers want, what your followers like, and all of those type of things, okay? And that's where the stats and the information come in. So before I start rambling about everything that I know in my brain, I had 3 points that I wanted to stick to. All right. So I just want to make sure that I cover that information. And as you are coming on, joining me, let me know where you're coming from. If you're watching this on replay, definitely hit the hashtag replay for me. And thank you for my live viewers. If you've got any questions as we go along as well, drop them in the comments, because today is more of a training, social media type training, than my life, my journey, etc., etc. Okay. So three things that I think that we as business owners, business professionals, especially if you are jumping onto the advertising platform of Facebook, you want to do these three things. Now, they don't necessarily have to be in this order. Well, maybe they do. But one of the things that you've got to do before you even advertise is build the audience. Now, the book that I'm referring to is The Purple Cow, for those of you who know that book. And basically, what he was saying is that advertising is dead the way we knew it. Now, we meaning the people who grew up on television. The television era of advertising is dead. Mass advertising is dead. And I think it was dead a long time ago, because when I sit down and reflect on my life growing up, whenever we did have the opportunity to watch television, as soon as the ad came on, we got up and went to the bathroom, went to the kitchen, got some popcorn or whatever the case may be. So the ads became very ineffective. The people who were able to monopolize the ad space, they won, right? Because from to this day, I'm sure you could remember all the Coke ads and all of that. But some of the big CEOs, they would tell you that some of these ads, right, like a Super Bowl ad, they never sold a single bottle of Coke additional to what they were doing. So they were able to track that. So that sends a message to us. We can't advertise the same way we were advertised to as kids. Let's put it that way. All right. Because if when I was a kid and the television, the ad came on and I quickly got up and went. Let's bring that into our world today where everybody's on social media. What do you think's happening to all the ads? They're ignoring, they're ignoring, they're ignoring. What they're listening to is people. They're listening to people and they're listening to what people have to say and they're following people, right? Which is why it's important that now brands, even if you're a big brand company, you have to have a person that other people are going to connect to and then talk about what that person's talking about effectively. All right. So when you're building your audience, you have to build your audience in such a way that you're connecting with people, right? And you want to do that and figure out. So as you're building that audience, you figure out. Now, one of the wonderful things that I like that I've learned throughout the years is that video is one of the easiest ways to build an audience. Okay. Because you're doing video, you're talking, people are seeing you, hearing you. All right. And especially in this type of environment, some cities, some countries are still in lockdown, like our borders are still closed. How do I connect with somebody in England? Video. All right. And there goes my baby, right? So she's got about 10 more minutes. um but you want to build the audience, and the way to build the audience is to do video. Get yourself out there, put yourself out there. Even if you're afraid of video, I challenge you. I mean, I have been challenged in this 90-day challenge to do, well, it's less than 90 days now, but to do video, to do more video. And that's what I'm doing. I've picked up the mantle and I said, yes, that's what I want to do, because you want to reach people. The easiest way to reach people, if you're not going out to them, is to actually do live stream. All right. Do live stream, do video. Doesn't have to be live stream, but you could do like recorded videos if you're terrified of, doing live stream, and you're terrified of the fact that, somebody may hear your kid banging on the door like my own is right now. Anyway, okay. But then you have to figure out what your audience wants. You have to figure out two things that I think are important. Figure out who are your top fans. All right. So as you start putting out more content, people are going to be commenting, people are going to be leaving comments, following, sharing. And Facebook does a great job of labeling them your top fans. Figure out who your top fans are. And basically what you need to do is start figuring out, what do your top fans like? What content do they grab onto and share virally like I don't know what? And that's what the purple cow was talking about. They call it something else in this COVID-19 environment. I don't think that's the best term. Sneezers. Okay. Your top fans. You figure out who your top fans are, and then they're going to sneeze on other people and spread the all right, spread the love. Okay. In this case, it ain't love for COVID-19, right? But that's what you want to do. You want to figure out who are your top fans, what are they consuming, what are they enjoying, and then you have to go back and sell that to them so that they now go and take that and run with it, because they're the ones that kind of like what you're doing. And if we look at advertising that way, there are different techniques and the semantics of it you could get into. All right. The semantics of it you could get into, but really and truly, that's kind of what you're doing. You're building the audience, you're putting content out there, building your audience, growing your following. And then what you want to do is identify those who are going to share your business, share your content. And then once you have that in place, now you're going to start selling that to them. And that's when you could start putting on the advertising dollars and figuring out all the campaigns and the this level and the that level and all of those type of fancy things, right? That we leave for the technical people. Okay, so that's what I really wanted to share with you today in terms of Facebook advertising is by no means dead. No advertising is by no means dead. But you have to be there where people are. All right. And what I love about, I mentioned Google earlier. Pinterest is also another one that is like that. You don't have to do this, build your audience, find the top followers and that on Pinterest, because Pinterest and Google, people are searching. Pinterest, Google, and YouTube actually. People are typing in there and searching. What was so interesting is when I left my children for like an hour in a meeting, my daughter took my phone and she was doing the Google Voice thing, right? And she was searching for homes or something like that, right? Homes with yards or something like that. And literally, she was finding exactly what she was searching for. Now, your customers are going to be doing the same thing. So when they search for exactly that, your ad needs to show up there or your post needs to show up there. That doesn't always happen on Facebook. And we talk about that in a different scenario. But if you do your advertising and you set up your campaigns right, yes, you can get it done. All right. Now, I am by no means an advertising expert. Okay, I will tell you that. But at the same time, I have an understanding of what you need to do, okay, in order to do that. Of course, we partner with people who are the experts, right? So my business partners, they work very well and very efficiently in setting up those campaigns and doing all of the nice fancy gadget things. I like the analytics side of things. Once you do your stuff, let me analyze the data. That's the engineer in me. For those of you who always say, yes, we forgot Hillary was an engineer. All right, yes. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Facebook advertising is not dead, but you've got to do it the right and strategic way. Don't go out there and just blasting product and promo. It's not going to work. You're going to be running your dollar thin, and you got to have a strategy behind it. So if you want to sit down, chat with me, want to get that referral to whoever it is that want to get a referral to all of those business partners that I have that I talked about, drop a comment in this live stream video or in the replay. All right, put hashtag replay and I'll follow up with you, or you could direct message me. All right, have a great one and I will talk to you soon. Bye everybody.